And welcome to another California Guy video with your boy California Guy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to this video. This video is a follow-up to my Black Panther review. Y'all can check that out. But I'm going to respond to a couple of people on YouTube. This is a friendly debate, so I don't want people thinking it's going to be like some major issue. But I was responding to New Possibilities video. Shout out to New Possibilities, by the way. He's a good brother. I enjoy his videos. I enjoy his Google Hangouts. So he's a good brother. You guys check out his video. But I had to respond to a video that he did, and I think he's following this sister's video who talked about Eric Killomonger. It's called Eric Killomonger is Not a Hero. Now, in my response to New Possibilities, this is why I have an agreement with him. Eric Killomonger was a villain. No doubt about that. I want people to know this. He is a villain. In my eyes, Killomonger was a villain. But Killomonger, the philosophy of the character wasn't wrong. And I'm going to tell people why. And I'm going to tell New Possibility this. If you, and I think I said this in his comment section, if you look at Killomonger's motivations, it was revenge. Yes, it was revenge. Like any movie, a bad guy, when you watch films, comic book films or regular films, it's always a motivation behind a villain's cause. Now, some movies, you have a villain, and I'll give you an example. The Joker. If you guys watched Batman, Dark Knight, the Joker wasn't motivated by nothing. He just wanted to cause chaos. He was a pure villain. He didn't care about anything. He just wanted to burn up Gotham. If you watch a movie like, let me see. If you watch movies with terrorists, like Middle Eastern terrorists, okay, let's go to the example real quick. If you remember the news with, and he's an evil man. Remember Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden was a evil man. But if you really look at Osama bin Laden's motives, he was angry that America had, bases in the Middle East. He was very angry about that. He felt that America should have bases in the United States. Now, we're not saying that Osama bin Laden is a good guy. No, by any stretch of the imagination, he committed mass murder. But his anger was fueled by events in his country. Now, let's go to the Killomonger character. Killmonger's character was motivated, yes, by bloodlust and revenge. But his motivations was noble, but then he went wrong about it. At the time, if you look at the movie at the beginning, his father, I forgot his name, Eric Killomonger's dad was a black revolutionary. These are facts. You get at the beginning of the movie that he was trying to stop violence in Oakland, California, and around Los Angeles area and in the ghettos. That's why he was about to give vibranium and technology to black people to help to liberate them. That was what he was saying. That was the goal. And that's what Eric Killomonger was basically saying, is that, wait a minute, you Wakandas didn't do nothing. Now, yes, he went into the military. Yes, he would join the CIA, all that. That's for film-wise. That's for film reasons. That's added to it to say to establish him as a villain. But his motivations wasn't totally bad. His motivation was like, you guys didn't, Wakanda, you sat there and you got black people in bondage all over the world. Why would you guys do this? I want to liberate my people. And to say that, this guy was just, to write him off as just a flat villain, New Possibilities, that is just wrong. And to say that he's like Umar and to use Umar as an analysis, that's not fair to say that him and Umar are two different types. Their philosophies are very different, because I didn't get that Killomonger was a Pan-African. I didn't get that he was even Pan-African. I just got that, he's an African-American and a part African and part African-American male who was angry at the circumstances of being raised in the ghetto. And when you're raised in the ghetto, that contributes anger. He felt that the character, I felt what the character was coming from. I wouldn't per se go to Africa killing blacks either to take over, but his philosophy was, okay, you got places like Oakland where people live impoverished and you got violence. Plus you got police officers who's racially profiling people, which is going on today. You got police racially profiling people all over the U.S. The theme of Black Panther and New Possibilities, you failed to mention this in your video. The theme of Black Panther at the end was T'Challa coming back to Oakland and giving technology to Black people in America, and him coming out into the grand stage and saying, okay, here's the technology for the rest of the world. And then he went back to the ghetto. So you didn't mention in your video that T'Challa agreed with him. It was just the wrong motivation. T'Challa didn't, he looked at him as a bad guy. Yes, he wanted to save his kingdom, but T'Challa honored what his uncle and his cousin was doing. And you in your video, you just write Killomonger off as a total villain. And I disagree with that, because you're trying to place it with Dr. Umar as a nutcase, or like or black YouTubers or Pan-African guys, and we can't place it. You can't place it with these YouTubers or a person like Dr. Umar, because he had the school. You can't compare it, you know, because you got to look at Black liberation. Black people are poor in the Black community. Black people have a hard time getting jobs in the ghetto. Black people have a hard time making it all over the world. Even in Europe, in England, you got blacks that's poor and treated racist. And so in real life, these people need help. And you had Africans, and you got Black celebrities who have money, who doesn't want to do anything about Black people who needs to be liberated. So that was basically what Killomonger was saying. Even though, and I agree, Killomonger is a villain, because one of the things that Killmonger's dad did, and I give you this, New Possibilities, is he gave Claw technology. Claw killed people. So he's established as a villain, but you can't say the philosophy is wrong. And I know you're a Nation of Islam, brother, and you should understand this, being a part of the Nation of Islam, is that we want to help African Americans and liberate them, to get them to not be impoverished and then stop them from being killed. Now, I'm not saying that we have to be on some Black separation and Black liberation and gun stuff, but I do think Black people should protect themselves. Now, I do think that, but you know, I don't, you know, when you said that, it was almost like you was trying to say that Black liberation is not important. And you mentioned the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers' philosophy was similar to Killmonger's philosophy. Nat Turner's philosophy was similar to Killmonger's philosophy. So most Black revolutionaries and liberators, the Black liberation theology is that you want to liberate your people from white supremacy, feeding African American people. A lot of Black kids are hungry. A lot of Black kids live in the hood. So I hope that you can respond back to this video, because I'm really interested in your answer, but I just disagree with the video about Killomonger. It's almost like you're throwing Black liberation under the bus.